Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I'm excited to get started again today. And I hope all of you who tune in or join, whether it's in the live stream or restream at a later time, however you find your way, I hope you find some blessings and encouragement with our time together. Because I am filled with inspirations and ideas again to share. Ideas and inspirations that I hope can be helpful for you. I'm truly, well, let's address what's what already. I'm a new sweatshirt, man. Jack invested in his appearance a little bit more. And I'll talk about it maybe, but here's the point. We'll jump into the thumbnail and the idea. Monday blessings. Happy Monday to all of you. And even if it's not Monday when you hear my voice, blessings to you. When you love what you have everything you need. When you love what you have everything you need. And brothers and sisters, I'm sharing this message with love behind me, love with me, love is for you. And in the background, I know I get a lot of criticism for some of this stuff, but yeah, the image in the background, it's like Jesus telling Jack, you're doing good. You're doing good, my brother. Where was that? Well done, my good and faithful servant. That's my hope, man, my prayer. Here's the thought I was considering earlier. It's really easy to find bitterness and excuses. It's real easy to live these lives of habit, overlooking all the goodness that life brings. So instead of focusing on problems and worries, distractions and entertainments, politics, we'll pause. We'll come back to those topics, but seek the good to know God's goodness. And I tell you what, Jesus is the good to know and embody. What made Jesus good? He was good in order to glorify God. It's God love that reveals all that is good for us all. And Jesus was good for us all to know, to embody. So what Jesus, as I understand this story and the instructions, Jesus surrendered to the Holy Spirit. God set the Spirit upon him and glorified him. So let's seek to be like that. I know. I like to trigger people, it appears, but you know what? That's the best way to get past their insecurities, to let them see their triggers. Because the truth will cause us to transform, but so will love, man. So surrender to the Holy Spirit, trusting in God, and allow love to lead you through the facts of your today. That's what I've been practicing. Sincerely. And so, yeah, my finances temporarily changed briefly, and I shared and invested. Part of the investments, the sweatshirt, Veterans for Peace, still branding that. But it's still the same old Jack underneath it, standing for the same old things. The question was asked, did I vote? I actually filled out a ballot earlier. Not with every option, I didn't pick every issue or position, but I did fill out a ballot earlier, and it was not for the left nor the right. And, and then because I started thinking about this. Well, the official date is tomorrow. And here in Washington, it's so simple. You just gotta fill it out, put it in an envelope, and you don't even have to go anywhere. It's so simple and it costs nothing. So why not? Why not cast my opinion into the data collection? Because that's all it really is. Oh, I hope my opinion counts. That's all a vote is. It's an opinion. So, for those of you praying your opinion wins, holy shit, man. Wake up. Praise God. I used to do that. I'm laughing and I'm making fun of it. So if you find offense, I used to be offensive myself. I used to believe in the political party nonsense. I used to believe in the money system. I used to believe in making that it was okay to make excuses, as long as you still, you didn't offend anyone, you didn't break any rules, you didn't get caught breaking any rules, then you're fitting in. We live in a world of liars and enablers, brothers and sisters. This is God's story that we're all participating with. By the grace of God, we get to know today, again, as we are. God, it feels good to be alive. And I tell you what, in this life I'm living, I could not believe those words in my past. I'd have found all sorts of reasons to be and excuses to be, no, you got to be wrong, Jack. You got to be bitter like me. I convinced myself for a while that the people who did not drink alcohol, there was something wrong with them, right? I convinced myself that normal people drank booze. Normal people got drunk. Holy shit, the stuff people will believe. So, so brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, the path for you is the same as the path for me. It's unique, it's different. Your life has never been lived before. And so we got to humble ourselves and accept the truth. When we made mistakes in the past, we did what we thought was best in most times, or the emotions drove us. Well, that's the same as everyone else. All of us are alive today for some greater purpose of life. Don't overlook it. Sincerely, I'm speaking as a man who learned these lessons from my life. I mean, what I've learned is actually explained in the scriptures. The only way we want to live is with faith and love guiding us. Because without trust, you are alone in the world. And if you can't trust, you think you're the perfect idea of who can be trusted and who can not trust. You're fooling yourself, man. See, a lot of people accuse me of being wrong and they describe me as being different than I really am, which is what I think a lot of people are doing with God. God is so amazing. The gift of life is such a mystery. There is truly so much to be learned through you, through me, through the development and continuation of life. and humanity. None of us are in this time alone. It sure seems like it sometimes, but if you can trust that this is God's plan for life here on earth, how do I wish to serve that? That's what I've done. It was either that or stay insane. Because really, we all have like two options in life at each moment. You can live with peace in your heart, content with the moment, not really needing anything, but in love with everything you have, right? When you love what you have everything you need. And if you have everything you need, you have no problems. You have no worries. You have no lack. You might find some desires, but if you choose which desires you allow to move you, you would choose which feelings control your choices, limit your choices, or expand your choices. It's all perfectly designed, man. Praise God. Praise God. I'm becoming more emboldened in who I think I am. And here, I'm a fun guy. I am. I know how to enjoy life. And when I'm not, bad, provoked and insulted, oh, as long as you're not fighting for power with me, we get along just fine, dude. So, for those who want to share some good times with Jack today, I'll go ahead and open the panel up. Not real long in the opening. Oops. Yeah, I actually considered maybe today just be brief, to the point, right? In the description, the words in the description, the good we all want to know is the life that Jesus would want for us to be living, if he was here with us. I think that's the way we're designed. It's all, see, the way we're designed, the mind and heart are connected through the emotions, which is the message and language of the heart. Through the emotions, our mind will get clouded and limited. We can get very focused. Or when we become one and at peace with comfort and wholeness, one of the things I discussed poorly yesterday was the idea of becoming a saint, what it means to be saintly, holy, to be set apart, to be at peace in the chaos, to be able to see what is true from what is shown. That's all the enlightened mind is. It's brilliant in its design. And so truly, I I sought the stories, and I read books and lectures and stuff, and the patterns are obvious and clear. Those who were saintly, they devoted themselves, their time and their thoughts on God's love. How often do you spend time, if you're honest, and be honest with yourself, how often do you spend time thinking about God's love for you? I never used to. I never had time for that. I didn't think I was anything special. I'm one of many. Yeah, I drank, so God didn't have love for me. I was in this life on my own. And I showed that. And God showed me that. I'm no different than you. I'm just unique, but we're all in the same boat of energy and light and form and experience of time and change. We're all a part of this infinite expansion, development of consciousness. I've envisioned this future very soon. And if I'm right, this is what God may be using me to do, but I don't know. Maybe just sitting here on in front of my fireplace telling stories. But if I'm right, what's good for me is good for you. The teachings of Jesus, the forgiveness, the love, the fearless faith, right? The fearless trust, willing to give everything for God's plan. And I trust God's plan will become clear for you if you spend time thinking about it. Because all of your past was preparation for today. And today can be just another ordinary day in your life. And maybe it is. Or maybe it just brought you to today so that you could realize, holy shit, God's got amazing things in store for me. I've been prepared for so much because you have. This is what I've realized looking at the patterns of my life when I really struggled and fought and got angry and emotional. I was prepared for it. I don't know why I let the emotions get to me so bad. I started pretending things from the past mattered more than today. And it was really a lie I kept repeating in myself that I couldn't understand. I couldn't understand why she did what she did. I don't understand why they treat me this way. Holy shit, man. Hey, where I'm going with though, I've said this in many ways, and I want you, those of you who have ears to hear the calling for yourself. If you give yourself permission, you can trust that you are a part of God's plans, not just for you, but for the whole future, right? Because we are the future that's becoming. We are the past that was and it brought us to today, but today, we got people worried about this political nonsense. Angry, divided families and friendships. I can't trust you because you chose the wrong celebrity. My opinion is different than yours. Oh my God, we can never get along. Fucking people are stupid, man. When they get emotional and they start moving without thought, man, they get dangerous. Oh, people get dangerous when they get angered. That's what I've learned about myself. I learned that I've got some danger within me, and it's my responsibility to tame me. And I fought me for a long time, man. I was a strict, cruel boss to Jack, man, because I knew what he could do. I knew where his thoughts had been, you know? I didn't trust that guy, Jack. I had to prove to myself that I could be trusted. And it took me a long time, you know? The evidence that I could be trusted was clearly through my life. But the reason I didn't trust myself was because I'd been holding myself back. I'd been denying myself from many things. I've mentioned this. This was part of my anger. I'm not blaming, I'm realizing that part of the anger I started developing when I was 15, it's when I started buying into the fucking American dream. I started believing in lies. And then I got angry at myself and I rebelled against the world, man. I enlisted in the military because I didn't care about life. Not mine, not anybody else's, but I had to get out of the house. I had to get a job and get out of the house because high school was done. And that got me into the experience that led me to Veterans for Peace. And today I've learned a lot more from that silly young kid who would have been all about Mr. Trump, man. Boy, I'd have been all about him back in the day. And that's what tells me I understand that man. And regardless of the election results, it's my prayer that God will allow me an opportunity to speak with Donald Trump. um, because I think he could use a little bit of spiritual coaching. Where's that at? There we go. He and I can have some conversations about leadership, about what the Spirit of Christ actually means. Authenticity, right? Let's lead the world. Let's lead the future into one we've never lived before. All we've got to do is change the perspective, not only of ourselves, but help change the perspectives of other people. This is what the churches are intending to do with, come to church and listen to the same guy I listen to, same gal I listen to. Come read the book and interpret it the same way I do. The intentions are good, right? The idea is to help share the values maybe and the positivity that's found in the scripture in the community of churches. So it's part of the patterns of the past. What I'm suggesting isn't crazy. But what I'm suggesting is that we can all help each other, right? Realize we are in this life together. The more connections we have, the more healthy relationships we have, the more opportunities we discover. It's really that simple, right? So become a saint for yourself. Spend time growing in your own saintly ideas, saintly behaviors. I'm doing my best, man, but I picked up a lot of dumb stuff along my past. I did not live the life of Jesus. So don't hold me to his perfection, please. But I do pray to live a life that glorifies that of Jesus. My love for God is true. It's something I never thought I could understand, but it's always been there for me to know, just like with you. It's life is such a mystery. Love is such a mystery. Stop allowing yourself to think you've got it all figured out, because you don't. Oh, I don't. I've been accused of being narcissistic and arrogant, forcing my beliefs. No, 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 no. Please let me be very, very, very clear. I am a very humble man. I claim to know nothing more than what I have done and what I hope to do. Nothing more than that. Now, I've learned a lot of things that I think and I believe and I remember, but all of us, man, we're just a life that's growing. So if you stop trying to control yourself and others, you can actually become more responsible for what you and others might be doing. It's when we're fighting for power with each other. That's where the minds get confused, and it's just an unhealthy pattern that many people have learned. Again, I'm not blaming, but I'm stating I did in my youth. I picked up a lot of bad habits. In my house, it was normal to yell at those you loved. Just because someone yelled at you didn't mean they didn't love you. I mean, hell, even if they hurt you, they still loved you. Oh, I'm really going all over the place here today, but um I am so excited in so many ways at what God may be revealing. In the description is a video that I saw right before starting mine. I saw this from John St. Julian, and I just dropped that in the chat uh, for those who are here or interested, and it's in the description, like I said, of at least the YouTube one. A miracle took place. It's this guy, John St. Julian, and I tell you what, this man, his testimony is revealing miracles. His surrender to the Holy Spirit, it's worth listening to for yourself. Okay? I was listening to his testimony and what God is doing with him and through. I was moved to tears. So there's many reasons I find hope and inspirations to renew Jack every day. Every day Jack opens up this live stream, it's a new guy. It is. Because I allow myself to become renewed. I don't ignore, but I pay attention. I reflect. I consider on what I have done. Because my life is mine. I'm responsible for me. Others can think and believe and say whatever the hell they want. I'm not here to judge anyone, but I am here to help influence the world. I pray to follow the way of Jesus, leading others to love God, right? Live without fear. Fear not. Surrender. Your fear is a waste of your time. People use fear and anger and feelings as an excuse to give up their mind. Your mind, your emotions, your choices are up to you. This is what's true for me, and that's why I assume it's true for you, because I am you. You are me. We are images of God reflecting each other, and we're images of each other, but let's be more like God. Okay, God is love. And so if you seek the good, you'll find the good. This is in the Bible as well. This is where I started going earlier. That which you seek and ye shall find. What are you seeking? Seek the good. Thank you, Austin. I saw that happening elsewhere. What is the doxing? If someone else knows, um, people are fascinating. Life is fascinating, man. This world and people are literally out of their minds. Okay. Let's, in the bigger picture, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris is the choices we gotta go for. Out of the how many millions of Americans are there? Come on, come on. We can do better than this nonsense. Let's wake up. Holy shit. God's glory is as true as mankind's insanity. How about that? God's glory is as true as mankind's insanity. Do I need to prove mankind's insanity that two warmongers are being evaluated as the leading choices of America? Warmongers. supporting Well, if I'm back, I'm not sure. I'm doing a reboot on my laptop. Apparently, what I was saying needed to be interrupted. So God froze me. And maybe I was getting a little excited. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I'm hoping that you can. TX Julie, you are gone. Um, and I guess it's not from bed, but I don't know what's going on. What do you guys think? Should I restart? Yeah, I think it was a divine intervention, honestly. Um, that was very peculiar because I was going on about, oh, see, the clock now says 2:02. God reveals in moments and numbers and signs. We just got to pay attention, really. Um, someone may have joined, and I'm almost booted back up. So if you give me just a moment, I'm getting back in. Um, but yeah, it paused me. I'll bring the mic a little closer, I guess. Praise God, man. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Now I'm back. I want to end. I want to leave. I want to do that. Okay. Sorry about the delay there. Holy cows. We do have a couple of guests, and maybe they were joining to help keep this going. Thank you, Daisy. Are you there?
Hi, Jack. How are you today?
I'm truly feeling blessed. Welcome to you and JG.
You probably, Jack, you probably got cut off for a reason as far as what you were talking about in the political arena, because unfortunately, we don't have a lot of say-so. I don't know what it's going to take to get this country back on track. It's all disgusting to me. Every single part of it is disgusting to me, and
Daisy,
we're in a heap of trouble.
Daisy,
And I
Daisy,
hope that God intervenes somehow.
Daisy. Yes, let today be the day. Praise God. What you are saying, Daisy, is absolutely true. America and mankind are in a heap of trouble. So, Daisy, please consider the fact that God brought us together to become the solution. Because, thank you, Lizard Tree. Very peculiar people. Holy cows, man. Here, Daisy, God is doing all of this. We can't feel hopeless. As long as we find hopelessness, we'll get angry. And as long as we're doing that, we're complaining and blaming. We're not solving anything. This is my purpose, Daisy. I'm on these live streams, but I'm a little different than others because I know in my heart of hearts that peace is my purpose for living. I hope to live a life that brings peace to the world. I believe America is poised right now for better leadership. And I'm suggesting Harris and Trump, regardless of the elections, I assume they would agree with what I'm saying, that neither of them has succeeded at what they said they would do. Well, how about this? As Jesus said, can we just agree, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do? That's kind of what I'm pointing at for those
Well,
people.
unfortunately, Jack, some of them do know what they're doing, and they
Okay,
do
great.
know they know who they're working for. They know that they serve the God of this world, and they serve money,
Are
and
you
they
defending them?
oh no, I'm not defending them
Okay,
at all.
then what are you offering? Do you not
I'm
see the
I'm
good?
saying
Do
I'm
you not
trying to
see the
say
good?
that the people, the names that you mentioned, I won't even speak either one of their names because to me, both of them are very disgusting. I feel like that they are controlled by the evil powers in this world. All of them are controlled by the God of this world, the evil powers of
Right,
this world.
right, Daisy, right. So can you not see the good opportunity to minister to the confused, to lead them into better
I,
behaviors?
I would hope so, but I think they've made their choices.
Okay, but Daisy, don't make their choice here with me. You don't have the authority to decide what someone else does or doesn't think.
Oh, I know that I don't. I can only make
But
choices for myself.
right. So Daisy, can you please see the connection to me here and now in the present? What I'm talking about is literally, like it or not, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are part of the story that God is revealing. How about we do something about it?
I wish we could. I don't
We
know what to
can.
do.
Well, Daisy, this is the thing. You found disagreements and distrust of me, but if you can believe that I'm right, I know that if we get the opportunity, we can prove the evidence that shows war is insanity. We don't have to fight over religions or thank you. What is going on with this chat? You want to explain what's
Should
going
we ask
on?
Daisy about her 1,800 counts and
Go away, Snafu.
Is he in the hospital again? I pray for him. I feel so sorry for him. And Jack, I understand what you're saying. I'm. It's not that I'm in disagreement with you. It's that I see what's happening in the world.
No, Daisy. You think your thoughts, your disbelief and doubts, you haven't seen how your disbelief and doubts have denied you from seeing your opportunities right in front of you. I've got a lot of ideas on how to do this. What I don't have is people willing to support what I'm doing or to believe in me. And this brings me to the conclusion I came to here earlier in my own observations, Daisy. My life represents everyone else. And we are all images of God. Why don't we trust what God is revealing through ourselves, through me? I've done nothing to be mocked or publicly insulted, all these false accusers. That's been publicly documented, Daisy. You've seen it. You're a witness to what's happening with me. But what's in my heart, the man who I am, despite all the accusations of me, I stand with the who I became is greatly influenced by the workers and the labor movement, the movements of equality from history, and that includes the movement of Veterans for Peace. I'm a man who understands organization and leadership and equality and justice and fairness. I pay attention to many different environmental perspectives. I pay attention to the world we're sharing. So, Daisy, please, if you allow yourself to believe that God sent us to the world just like God sent Jesus to the world, if God wanted us to end wars on earth, I think the best place to start is at the top. People who tune in know people. You know people that I don't know, Daisy. Tommy in the back knows people who I don't. I'm seeking introductions because if we can find a way to get in front of the purse, the people directing the purse strings of all the the end of wars and immediate reforms are available today. It can happen through agreement starting in Washington, D.C. I would love to have conversations with people in Washington, D.C. from any political parties. Let's use the technology of today. Let's make some phone calls, send some emails, say, hey, what can we do to bring some immediate reforms and peace to this world? Let's set the truth free. This is what I realized. It's true for me. It's true for all of us. Love sets the truth free.
Well, Jack, I agree with you that love and truth can set people free, but unfortunately, we are dealing with the people that reside in Washington, D.C., the corporation.
They're not
They
here.
do not care about us. They
How
do
many of
not
those do
care
you
about
know?
Americans. They don't
Daisy,
care about the world.
Daisy, how many of them do you know?
I don't wish to know any of them, but I know
Right,
enough about
Daisy.
them.
No, you think you know enough about them to judge them and despise them. And because you have doubts and disbelief of other people you've never met, you're not really paying attention to me right here and now, because this is where life is happening, man. Whether you agree with me or not, my words are true.
I'm not taking that bait. The snapper's still in the back?
No, sir.
You couldn't just find out if he was spamming that stuff and what the F was going on with it?
I considered that. You're right. I could have, but I did
I
not.
don't recognize either of those names. That's why, if it was him or the Zebras, I'd like to know why they're so tenacious about it.
It's peculiar. I don't know the name or really even care. There's so much crazy behavior these days.
There it goes.
I see that.
Aaron Fleming, I don't know if it's just because I've read it so many times now that it started to sound familiar.
You know, here's the deal though. God is revealing our lives. We never know what we're going to experience each day. But the thing is, the ways of the world convinces us of a lot of false beliefs. And right now, what I do know for sure, whatever God's got planned is, I believe, is up to us to some degree, because we each get to choose what we do. If there's any way possible, I hope to follow the way, well, I intend to follow the way of Jesus and love the rest of my life. But I pray to be a voice of leadership in front of Congress. In front of,
Snafu, if that's you, come back up here. Just
yeah,
give me a second with him, Jack.
I agree. Please.
In
Yes.
our poll, why don't you all caps like you did at Truth or Cop yesterday? Tell Jack he's gonna die alone in all caps.
Oh,
And
anything's
Sherelle, was that thing an AI thing or what? Just tell me where you got that from. Is that so hard?
Hey, if Snafu is there, please return. I'd love to see what's what. When he started just going after the other guests, I'm not going to put up. That's why I didn't put up with it.
Well, first, I'm not even sure that's him until he popped on up here. I still don't know that that's him. I want to hear
Right.
it from his mouth.
Right. Hey, and that sounds like something Truther would say.
What?
Daisy, Tommy, Jack doesn't understand. Daisy, see, here's where you keep fooling yourself. You think you know what I understand and do not understand? You're fooling only you, Daisy. But the comment, Tommy, Jack doesn't understand that this ends with Jesus Christ bringing judgment.
Are you
You want
talking
to
to me?
discuss this, Daisy? Because Jesus, while he was given the authority of judgment, he used discernment. Okay, and this is the problem of religions. They run around judging others as though they're different because they don't have the same opinions. And this is where,
We already
huh?
make. Look, see, there it goes again. They're
Yeah, I
persistent.
see this.
Snafu, if you're watching still, come back up here. And Snow, I responded to the email and tagged you in my community thing. This whole community is going to poop. Did you see Paul get all Mod God on Garland Farms today?
Uh-uh.
It was a poop show. And I
Did
don't want to say where it was because I don't want to admit that I watched it.
Does that, okay, I was going to ask if that meant
One
the
of his
garden
sons.
guys stop by, but you know, I've heard that there's been a lot of emotions being shared on the OTW Polly Clown show,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
life is interesting. Life is truly interesting. But what I've learned to humble myself, to surrender me. I'm just a
Have you?
vessel. What's that?
Have you humbled yourself?
I feel as though I've been quite humbled and publicly humiliated.
Well, you put yourself out there for a couple years.
I've lived the life I'm living. Certainly, others chose to do what they wanted to do. But again, why I receive so much opposition from
'Cause
people who want to
you're
be
not this
Christian-like.
you're not this smooth, laid back guy you want to portray. You actually are quite the tyrant out here.
When I'm accepted and just, respected like anyone else, I'm easy to get along with, dude.
You're
I'm
not
easier to
easy to get along with.
Dude, I'm much easier to get along with many others, right? There's
That
you're not easy to get along with.
I'm easy to get along with people that like truth and stand up.
No, people who agree with you.
No, that's you.
Yeah. No. I
Okay,
haven't
people
found people
people
that
that
agree
agree
with
with
me.
me agree with what it is to be stand up.
Well, this is the thing where you and Paul look the wrong direction for what it
I
means
don't
to
look the wrong
stand up.
direction. Don't associate me with him. I've whooped him like I've whooped you with simple facts and truth, and you'll backstage me just like you do him.
I won't enable you. Oh, hey, hold on.
That's wordplay.
We've got in the chat and in the back. Snafu.
All right. Snafu, is that you spamming the address thing?
No, that's Randy Reeves and Sherelle Snow and Mad Mystic and Venus Cupcake and Montegraph. That's that group of fucktards. They know what we're over target. So if you notice, it says Snappy Snaps 3. I'm on Snappy Snaps, what, 12, 13 by now? It's not me.
I
It's
doubt
Sherelle
it's
Snow,
all the names
Montegraph,
you
and
tied
Venus
together,
Cupcake.
but I could believe a couple of them.
Yeah,
So what's
so
the
I just
deal?
was gonna let
What's the deal with that name?
Flemmy, we're looking into it right now. It has to do with trucker shit, probably because like AB Trucker and the monograph shit and all that fucking all these truckers are involved in some pretty fucked up optics. So the crew's looking into it right now. I mean, I don't know if it's a loose zebra or not until we look into it more. So, but Sherelle Snow has one up her ass, with fucking these pedophiles and criminals and traitors, just like she did with James Munder. She's a shame. She makes James Munder's death fucking
Hey,
inexplicable.
you need to chill with all
Hey,
your
you need to
insult
chill, you
Well,
fucking black
hold
piece of shit.
on, guys.
Talcott.
Hold on. I will admit it's a little questionable. She jumped on the Randy Reeves train. I don't quite wrap my head around that. Dude's kind of a joke.
She's fed tied, Tommy. When she went to the feds for fucking.
Tell you what, I'm not going to be a place for you to continue your nonsense and gossip, Snafu. And Mad Mystic,
Hello.
what brought you back here?
What brought me here is Snafu. I'm not even in chat. I just walked in here and got back on your stream. So don't accuse me of shit, Snafu. I'm not in Jack's chat, period. I've been watching from the background like I do. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, ma'am.
And all I do is look to get these things straight before chatters start running off with things.
This is a fascinating experience of life. The YouTube and online aspect is a different twist, but this is life. I am who I am. I'm living a life today where, through my experience and education, I know for a fact that wars can end, that we can expose the corruption. We have far more than enough evidence to expose the corruption of the entire political, economic system. And if
Jack,
Christians don't understand what I'm doing, I'm suggesting a world of forgiveness is available.
did you know that just what we know of third world hand-to-hand melee weapons, there is a minimum of 400 wars going on?
I understand this is God's plan
That's
for
outside
mankind.
of this corporate political. It's just mankind.
I realize that, but every nation has been influenced by the colonialism, the imperialism, of
No.
the
Men have
warring
reasons to war with each other.
factions. Tommy,
It doesn't
the
have to do with
Tom,
colonialism.
okay, the topic today is seeking the good. Okay.
Oh, then I'll look elsewhere.
Through the development of society. God bless you, Tommy. You are so quick to insult me, quick to find an insult with me. Daisy, we kind of took over the conversation. Are you still there?
That's okay. I'm still here, and I'm not here to insult you in any way, Jack. I admire that you want peace. I think most human beings want peace in this realm, and we wish for that to be so. I just don't think it's possible. I just don't think
Daisy,
it's realistic.
Daisy, your disbelief is your problem. And if you allow yourself to understand me, are you feeling peace right now?
I'm at peace within myself, but the
Okay,
world that I live in is not.
Okay, so are you somehow separated from the world?
I am in the world, but not of it.
Okay, so can you join me? Because similarly, my testimony has been clear. I've been excommunicated from my past. It no longer exists. I'll come if I this something I thought about, I remembered earlier. My friends, my old union buddies, and people around me who used to love me, they literally said, "No, the old Jack is dead. He no longer exists. You're not him." I'm like, no, I'm still the same old Jack. I'm still the same old dude. See, like today, I'm in a different costume, right? I changed my clothing and sometimes my hair changes, but I'm still the same dude.
Jack, if I may, I understand what you're saying, and I know what you've been through. I know your story. I know you tried to help make things better in your work environment, and I think that that is very admirable. But unfortunately, we are living in a place where most people, they don't want to have a good heart. And
Okay, but
until
stop,
people,
please,
and
please
until people,
stop, please stop, please stop,
no, until
please
people
stop.
have a good heart, things won't change.
Open your heart to change. Okay? Because Daisy, you keep wanting to fight for your disbelief. Other people can't change.
I'm not, I'm
Why
not
don't you
talking
show
about
me,
average
Daisy?
people. I'm
Daisy,
talking about the
oh,
evil people.
Daisy, can I,
Jack, I'm
Daisy,
talking about the evil people that run this
Daisy,
place.
but you're not talking with me. Okay? You're talking at me, defending your doubts and disbelief at the people you just pointed to. Daisy, the point I'm trying to get at, both of us are separated from the world. Both of us are at peace right now. Let's accept the fact that we are part of this world. I know for a fact we can share our peace with others. We can encourage other people who are in conflicts and disagreements. Hey, chill out. Why don't you try and find some resolve so that we can move forward in life? Right? That's what I've been trying to do in my own personal life. And what's good for me is good for the world. It's what I hope to do in front of Congress. I want to remind these Republicans and Democrats they've missed the point of their paychecks, of their positions, I should say, because their paychecks come from the lobbyists. The business deals, the backdoor legislation, and the insider trading. We all know this shit is happening, right?
It
So,
sure is. It
okay,
is
so
happening.
So Daisy, help me do what I'm saying. Help me serve God. Can you please become a voice of encouragement towards what Jack is doing?
Jack,
Please?
I've told you many times, I admire what you're attempting to do. I
Can you
just
become a
don't know
part
how
of it?
it's possible.
Well, number one, what you could do the best for me is stop believing that you know it's not possible, because except we've lived different lives. If you really ask Jack, why do you think, people want to constantly being asked to prove myself? This
I
is
am
God.
not,
Hold on,
Jack,
hold
I'm
on.
not
Daisy,
asking you to prove
Daisy,
yourself.
that's with your actions you are, because you've known me for quite a while, Daisy, but you're still in disbelief about what God has placed in my heart for me to achieve and to do. So that you've been in confliction with yourself. You've been showing me your confusion, Daisy. But until you're ready to agree or find agreement with me, you'll find insults in what I say. And this is the way God works.
I
God
don't wish to insult you, Jack. I admire that you want for there to be world peace. I think most people in the world would love for that to happen.
Do you want to be a part of that happening? That's what I'm
I am
offering.
a part of it in my little corner of the
Well,
world. In my
okay,
little corner of the
right,
world, I can
Daisy.
make a difference.
Daisy, again, you and many others have been a part of my experience. I've patiently sat through your doubts and your disagreements the best that I want. Daisy, you're not seeing yourself actually a part of my life, which you are. So you don't have to be a part of my success. You can continue being a part of my doubters. There's a big group of people in my life who've wanted to doubt me, convince me I'm wrong. You can be a part of those, Daisy. It doesn't help me.
Jack, I'm not trying to convince you that you're wrong. I'm telling you that things are not what you think they are. And you don't want to hear what I have
Daisy,
to say. I've been trying to tell you for almost 2 years now.
Daisy, come on. Daisy, come on now. Can't we move into a different direction? Can't we love one another? I mean, I would rather come up here and have you make a commitment to have some sort of sexual gratification with Jack to help him get through and understand himself better.
Lou,
For you
Lou,
to set
please.
yourself free. Come on.
Lou, please. That was not appropriate.
What's wrong with sex, Jack?
Lou, you know it wasn't appropriate. I know you were trying to be funny, but it was
Come
not
on, Daisy, come back.
appropriate.
Okay, I'm sorry, Daisy. Come back. I
Well,
love you, Daisy.
Lou, you're another one. I love you too, man. And Daisy, I love you, but the facts are the facts. No one has to join me. No one has to help me. People have been very, very clear about their unwillingness to help me or whatever, to join me. What's happening in the greater world is happening. We have the opportunity to ignore what's happening in the world, focusing only on our little small lives. Well, in my life, God opened my mind. I no longer have that luxury. But the thing is, go ahead, JG.
What do you really need help with?
Opening doors of communication. It's all I'm asking for. But here's where I'm at. The thumbnail, the Monday blessings. When you love what you have, You truly do. You have everything you need. I have so much love to share. I really do. In my community, with my family, with the people who used to love me, I still have loyalty.
Can we fist each other?
Right? Yeah. Well, this is the life. All I'm looking for, sincerely, to me, I believe in miracles. When my son returns to my life, it will be a miraculous story. I don't know what life he's been living, but you know, when the son returns to the father, it's always a good journey. And who I've become since my son knew me, I'm a much greater man. And the things that I've learned is truly when we humble ourselves to what is holy, what is true, we don't have as many conflicts and as many disagreements in our individual lives or the greater world. So I know it will be a miracle. Everything I've done, everything I have done on my own has failed. I accept full responsibility. I learned from all my failures, all my attempts. I know why I pushed people away, but why they stay away is beyond my explanation. But people like Snafu and Polyboy, why they insist on Tommy, they insist on being here, but being a disruption and a negativity towards me. I have no clue about that either.
How can I be humble in your eyes? Like, how can me or Lou or somebody else? Like, what's the humbleness you want to see with me?
I love that question. And that was actually a beautiful demonstration. Being willing to ask, what is your hope? What is your expectation? Because that's when we cooperate with each other. Oh, this is the egoic way, the prideful way, the ways of the world. We're fighting for power with each other like a bunch of untamed beasts. What Tommy was missing is in the evolution of society, we have developed more civil ways than some of the more primitive ways of living. We have found more civilized methods of finding resolve, investigating, accusations. But the evolution of our society, our God, I trust it is. It is not only the God from the Bible, but it is the God of many religions. It is the God of everything that is the one. We are a part of the one. When we humble ourselves to this present moment of life, as though this present moment of life, this is all I have. It is. This is where my life is. Guys, I've got an amazing story already. If you can accept the story instead of finding fault, the story is amazing, man. I was thinking earlier today, everything I cared for is gone. My son, my job, my career, my union, my abilities to serve, my reputation, my life savings. Everything I used to care about is gone, and I'm still here. I cared about the wrong things.
Jack, I see myself in you a lot, man.
Thank you. I think that's part of my purpose. I'm an ordinary guy, right? I'm just like everybody else. And there's some crazy stories being survived, right? There's some people who have overcome things, people who have experience betrayals and hurts.
I am you, Jack.
I know.
I really am.
You
I
can't.
know.
Dude, I know what you're saying because I've lived it and I see it in these panels. You want people to be cordial, respectful, solid. Like, you want people to be a certain way, right? So do I. But that's out of our hands.
It is, but
And it's crazy to obsess over that. It's crazy to like constantly want people to be a certain way. Like, you're so disciplined yourself and you want other people to be this disciplined, but it's like it's you're focused on other people that aren't going to change, can't change, might change,
I have theories. If in fact God is using me, as I think I am, right? I've chosen to live a life following the way of Jesus the best I can or think of. I follow the Holy Spirit, leads me to talking about God and love and bringing peace to the world each day. And what I have been learning, especially online, I've learned a lot of things in my time online. I've learned to have more fun. And a new reminder I forgot to bring up yesterday is take life and love so seriously. Take life and love so seriously that you don't spend all your time so serious. You allow yourself to have fun, right? Because love is fun. Life is fun. We're here to learn and grow. If I'm right about what I'm thinking, I'm an ordinary man who found my way to what Jesus was teaching. And it is the way we want to live. We all want each other to be more filled with love. Lou, hey, you said something that you're right. You are me. I want you to take better care of myself.
Well, today I'm eating about 1.5 pounds of bacon for dinner. That's it. Nothing else. Just 1.5 pounds of bacon. So I'm gonna get all the cholesterol that I need to keep my body functioning and keep strong. I'm doing the best
What
I
time do you
can. I
guys go to
promise.
bed? My fault.
Hey Jack, how would I know? Like if I had a condition um, where I was disassociated with reality, my reality, the world around me, and someone told me that, how would I know that that's true if I'm disassociated with it?
Look for the facts. The symptoms of disassociation would be it's shown in the behavior. The most common one I see, it's when people they start running their mouths and they're saying nothing. It's like a reaction. It's when someone has been triggered. The emotional state prevents the mind from being calm and present. I used to live that way. I didn't realize that. So I know the symptoms. And it's real easy when you try and offer someone an honest perspective and they immediately, no, and they argue. Hello, you're denying what is revealed in the present moment. You're not even considering what is offered.
Right.
Speaking
Yeah,
of,
I mean, it's difficult to know. Like, I mean, if you can't see it, if I can't see it myself, and someone says, hey, there's that, but I can't see it, hear it, taste it, touch it, I still don't know how I would know. I would probably have to trust someone, I believe, wouldn't I?
so yes, I think you're going to trust. What I know for a fact, the lack of trust that has been enabled you know, especially on some of these gossip panels. Shit. Sorry, I lost where I was going. What
Gossip panels.
no, before that. What was
About
Lou at?
trust, about trust. I was
Trust.
going to
Trust.
trust.
Thank
I
you.
would have to trust someone to believe that I'm not seeing what's there.
This is the pattern of the ego. We've been conditioned. The reason we've got this celebrity political authority nonsense is because people go to opinions instead of facts. And so what I've learned to do is to truly think through things for myself. I've had no other perspectives to go to, no friends or loved ones, no people to really complain to and get some feedback. Just, it's been an experience. Well, I trust it's been for a reason. I mean, I was reflecting earlier, and JG, maybe this is you too. My life, man, I have always been alone. As a kid, growing up, not a lot of relationships. And it's like, I know everything happens for a reason. And I know I've devoted myself to God. God has my future. I own me. I own my past. But God has my future and all results. I look forward to discovering what God might allow. Because like I said, when my son reunites with me, or I get some support here in the community from Spokane, it'll open up other doors. And you guys here in the present, if you're willing to take a chance, let's see what we can accomplish towards ending wars. I mean, there's lots of associations, lots of organizations, there's lots of ways we could do this if we unite. Welcome, Aaron.
Hello, it's me, Jack. Hello, how are you?
I'm blessed.
Hey, you do
Well,
know Lou's talking about you, Jack, when he says he won't admit it to your face, but when he's saying, what would it take for you to see your delusions? He's just being gay and fucking pushing your delusion up more instead of being honest and real with you.
hey,
Remember
thank you
what
for
Why
pointing
your
that
family
out.
left your ass. You keep lying. You know why Dominic and them will never talk to you again. You know why.
No, I actually don't. You don't
I've told
either.
you why. They told you why.
You're a liar, and you enable liars. And sometimes the truth is ugly. People don't like to admit they're wrong, but snafu, you will soon find out you are wrong. You could find out you are wrong today, snafu. All you got to do is stop fighting to be right.
So he's making up lies.
Yep.
See, he came to my panel and he was saying how he got a crew and everything. And
Yeah, they enable each other's lies. They gossip amongst each other to validate each other's bitterness and anger. They enable each other. It's nonsense. Be wise, Aaron.
well, snap. I just said, "Where's your crew?" And he, didn't produce anything. I mean, there was like 2 people in the chat, and he thinks I have a crew. He thinks he has a crew. If he does have a crew, they're just inactive.
Well, here's what I know. I have God. Accept me or not, I don't need anyone in my life. I'm not looking for people's approval. As a matter of fact, today, while I am honest about my words and I was excited and inspired to start again today, part of me doesn't want to do this. I'd rather just go spend the day focusing on me and enjoying my time with God and life and just let God bring forth what God wants me to deal with. I choose to open up these live streams every day, believing that it can be helpful.
I think it's helpful to have intellectual discussions because
It is, and I have been hopeful that you could have those because I know you can.
about ideas, not necessarily people, but ideas.
Mm-hmm. Can you get it? Can you, Aaron? I love that. Can we discuss the idea of what it might be like if the truth was set free?
Well, okay, so God is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So if God was set free and allowed, well, I think in my research of the Bible, that is the paradise Jesus was speaking of, is if no government, like no need for government.
Mm-hmm.
Right now there's a need for government because people are corrupt. But if everybody was not corrupt and nobody wanted to hurt each other, then government would simply disappear because it would have no reason to be.
You are absolutely right. Here,
So I think
I
what
want
you're
to,
pushing to is awesome, but
let's,
I have
here, pause just a moment, please. Rickshaw, you're right. I do choose to do the live stream because they are my only connection to the outside world. You are correct. I don't deny that. But I don't need the outside world. That's the thing. God has blessed me. I am abundant, safe, comfortable. I feel like I'm in heaven. My life has become a dream. Sincerely. And this is what proves the stuff that Einstein and Tesla were saying. We're experiencing life in moments just with the awareness through the being of being a man or a woman or whatever we think we are. But if we focus on what we think more than what we are, that's where the disassociation comes through. So, Aaron, this world we're living in is what it is. And I love that you connect that to the what Jesus was saying, a kingdom where the rulers are unnecessary. It is time. I know that setting the truth free to be, here's the right now we've got economics and authority, budgets and authority, positions, rules made by other people. They control everybody. But if we set the truth free and love, see, this is such an amazing part of God's story for us. Love is honest, love is revealing, love is empowering, love is true. It's from the love of God that we get to know life.
I've learned though that even though that we are capable of talking about ideas, other people may be actually not capable of it. You have to talk about things in terms of it, current events. Like they
Here,
literally just don't understand. They don't think in terms. They're small-minded people. Small-minded people will focus on certain individuals. Like they'll say this is the problem because of this person, or because of the current events. This is the reason. But really, you have to push past that to what you're doing to the ideas. But you see, they're not smart enough to do it. In
oh,
my opinion, the audience
please.
is simply too stupid.
Well, please.
Do you find this guy as annoying as I do, Jack?
No, probably
No?
not.
No?
Not
All right.
probably. He annoys many, but many people annoy many, and I get along with most. Hey, what he's here, I just had a similar conversation with Daisy. Okay, so I'm going to confront you too, Aaron. Um, Don't underestimate others. Don't convince yourself to believe what others can and cannot learn, because you don't yet know what you're capable of learning. And I learned things that I never knew to think. I learned my life transformed. It's the life I'm living. And so,
Not everyone possesses holistic intelligence. Most people are either left brain or right brained. And if they're left brain, they lean more towards Democrat. If they're right brain, they lean more towards Republican. But
that's a
what you're trying to describe,
generalization.
you're trying to get people to use holistic intelligence.
I'm
And I'm telling you,
suggesting,
there's less
yeah,
than 3% of the population, or less than 5% that's even capable of doing that, Jack. The rest of them are
let's
simply.
tell you what, let's realize that, okay, so we're amongst the fewer percentage. Okay, we just focus on now. We find out how to unite with these ideas, that it's up to us, I believe, Americans, Canadians, how long are we going to accept Trudeau, Biden, Harris, Trump? How long are we going to just ignore that these problems are problems? And the facts are, it's this simple. Our God is revealing life through us. What we think and how we feel is entirely up to us. So, what I know I do for myself after my addiction, my pattern of alcoholism and depression, the cure, hello, it's so simple: gratitude, appreciation. Each day we've got two basic choices, really. What are we going to do? We going to resent the past, rejoice? We going to resent the day or rejoice the day? Resent the life or rejoice? The way to rejoice is with love. It's through gratitude, appreciation. Those good things are found to those who seek. But only a humble mind is willing to accept, you know what, I do have it a lot better than others. You know, maybe these problems I'm facing, maybe I'm not alone. Maybe there's others like me. Maybe others have been through this.
Do you have a net worth of over $100,000?
I used to.
Well, okay, so you, you're probably affluent, which is, if you got a net worth of over 100,000, or you're used to that kind of middle class life. These other people, I think that you're overestimating them. I think
Mm.
for the most part, they lack an education, and their ignorance is what causes their,
Ah,
you know what I mean? It's not so much
right.
as that they're evil, it's just they're ignorant.
Well, we all have our own levels of ignorance. So what I've been learning for myself is I don't judge others. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my time to remember, you know, details and opinions and flaws. All that matters is how my life unfolds and what I
Are you
do.
saying, sorry, Jack,
No, go ahead.
like are you saying you're not ignorant, Aaron?
He's implying that.
I possess holistic intelligence, and what Rick Shaw is
Well,
saying, the right
Wait,
side of the
you're
brain tells you what
what
reality
kind
is.
of
The left side of the
what
brain
kind
lies to you, Rick.
what kind of intelligence?
Like what Rick
holistic.
Shaw is saying. Rick Shaw's wrong. He says the left side of the brain is logical. No, the right side of the brain tells you what it is.
Hey,
Republicans are right brain, not left brain. The Democrats are
Aaron,
left brain.
Aaron, you're you're actually confused.
Which one
You
are
might
you? Are
think
you a
you
Democrat
know
or a
some
Republican?
things.
Sorry, Jack.
No,
Are you a
I'm
Democrat
curious
or a
the question.
Republican?
That's why it's called the right and the left, Jack. The
Are
Which
you
one are you?
Republican? Do you identify with a political party still? He used to align with one.
I
I'm
used
curious.
to, but no, now I possess holistic intelligence. I'm
Okay.
capable of thinking with both sides of the brain now.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful. I encourage you, don't let definitions limit you. Okay, because these ideas, what I'm wondering, Aaron, what I encourage you to look within yourself. There's a distinction um, between knowing. Well, there's depths of knowing. Okay, there's like we first learn of something, an idea, we hear an explanation. Oh, it makes sense. We feel it's right. It makes sense. We think we know it. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? Here's the reality. There's a distinction between learning and understanding and knowing. What I see a lot of people doing is contradicting themselves. They know what's right, they choose what's wrong, and then they make excuses for it. And it's like very bizarre. But the path is take what you remember, appreciate what you know, and just trust that when you need to recall it, you will. We don't need to focus on scoreboards and keeping track of all of these things. Life reveals itself, and there's a time and place for all things.
This
Right,
is
you're
what I
getting
was
at your
talking
emotional
about, Jack.
intelligence.
I was talking about exactly this dissociative disorder mentality. And I would like to ask Aaron the question of how did he know when he started being, what was it? What kind of intelligence did he say again?
Holistic intelligence.
Holistically intelligent. When did he stop being right brain intelligent and became holistically intelligent? And how did he know that transition took place?
Well,
Good question.
I suffered with a father issue, right? I had a bad father growing up. So I was naturally a Republican. The people that have father issues are the state will become your father, or if you have mother issues, the state will become your mother in the Democrat Party. This is what this is based on
Interesting.
psychology. So whenever I realized that they were using me based on my childhood trauma, then I was like, I need to look at the truth. So now I think with both sides of the brain, and I've become like them.
Like who? Who's them?
Uh, have you ever heard of the Georgia Guidestones?
Oh, yes.
Those
Everyone has.
people, those people who wrote them.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. So you're
You want to
part of the
align
cabal.
with.
The cabal.
That's
Yeah,
fascinating.
in reality, your ego is still insane, man. We
Thank
can
you,
all see it,
JG.
but I don't know about you.
Yep. Thank you, JG.
Please elaborate. Why is my ego insane?
Did you go
You,
through the same thing that some people, I mean, some people that have bad fathers, they end up sleeping with a lot of men. Did you go through that also?
No, what I'm saying is that that's what the psychology. This is psychology. I'm saying. I don't know what you're saying. Your own personal opinion, or
yeah, here, Lou's being funny with it. And Aaron, that's an interesting perspective. I could accept that
it's
as a
not a perspective. It's if you believe in psychology. That's what I'm. See, I
hey,
don't operate on opinions,
Aaron,
dude.
Aaron,
I don't operate on opinions.
there's your delusions.
No, it's not. It's
Nope,
psychology.
Aaron, there's your denial.
So you think Jordan Peterson's delusional?
I'm thinking you're delusional, like JG said. Your
Someone
ego
said
is
Joe
delusional.
Larkin. So my teachers are delusional to you.
No, you are demonstrating egoic confusion and denial
And I
here
asked
in
you
the
how I
present.
was, and you wouldn't give an answer.
You denied considering. Okay. What I'm
Considering
showing,
what?
Aaron, I'm doing my best to explain
Considering what? I'm
that
trying to
you're
understand you.
right. And I want you to just chill.
I'm talking
Okay.
about human psychology.
I know
Do you
you're
understand?
talking,
This is not an opinion, it is the facts.
Aaron, you think it's the defining and ultimate facts, and you're focused on your thoughts. You're not here in the present. Please join me here in the present. We don't have an
It
argument.
is the present. Psychology is the present. What are you talking about?
What are you doing?
You think
I suspect
psychology? What do
people.
you think psychology is?
I
Aaron,
suspect people that are holistically intelligent would
Jack,
understand
psychology
that they
is
may not
human
know
behavior. There are
what.
patterns of human behavior that are facts, not fucking
Aaron,
opinions.
Aaron.
Psychology is the study of the mind and behavior. It's a study.
That's not opinions.
So what, dude? You're getting all righteous and wanting to control the topic, and you're not here. Chill out, dude. We can have a conversation when you
I
stop
am
Not
I'm
very
fighting.
trying to,
holistic.
but whenever I bring in psychology and you have people call me dumb for it, what am I
Nope,
supposed to do?
That's not
nope.
holistic.
If you understood, we'd be having different conversations. Can you please stop
I'm talking about
fighting?
psychology, and what are you talking about?
Your
Philosophy?
current behavior, your current lack of respect and lack of control that you're demonstrating here.
Stop being small-minded. I told you, small-minded people. You're focusing on me. Don't focus on me. Focus.
Whoa.
You're deflecting
That was
and
good.
your power
No.
trips.
Focus on what I say. Don't try to.
Listen to your words, Aaron. When you can take a breath and chill out and join us back in the present moment, go ahead and get my attention, okay?
I remember my first psychology book.
Yeah, Aaron, I'm not disputing psychology has value. That's a fact. I respect Jordan Peterson as well. I learned quite a bit from the way his mind works and through some of the lectures he shared. But Aaron, I don't glorify myself or him as the all knowing expert of. You're delusional, just like your ego is delusional, Aaron. Chill out. Are you here? I'm going to trust we're cool.
Aaron, these people that they put on a pedestal and give the limelight and give lots of, exposure, like Jordan Peterson, like him, others. I believe that there are a lot of them are they'll give you partial truths and mixed in with a lot of lies in order to deceive and misdirect you. And I don't think there's a problem with taking whatever you believe is the truth if you're able to distinguish what that is. Most people, I don't believe, are,
Whoa,
because there may
stop,
be some truth. There
please.
may be some truth in Jordan Peterson, but there's also a lot of lies, in my opinion.
And the topic of today, the way to know the truth is to seek the good. When we find the lies, we convince ourselves to stay in doubts, and then we'll write off what other people say. It's a mind of confusion. It's actually, Nemesis, you got things confused, my friend. There's quite a bit of evidence that the left brain is where the language and analytics are predominantly found, but there is a unity to our mind, but the world profits from imbalance. Hello. Follow the words, right? The world profits from imbalance. Because when things are out of balance, then one side can oppress and exploit the other. We've given our power away into believing that rules made by other people, enforced by other people, that jobs being done by other people. The world has gone insane because there's been a lack of respect for the truth. I'm a man just speaking my own honest testimony and experience. The truth, when it's. Go ahead, JG.
Yeah, it's hard to cut in. It's hard to get a word in sometimes.
I know, yes.
Yeah, I'll yield. Hold on.
Well, I know I can get long-winded. I'd much rather be understood. You know, I don't want to just sit and keep talking because, well, I don't know what else to do. But what I do know is the way that I live, it's sincerely. I seek good. I find a lot of things I don't like, things I didn't know, but I feel good about what I do. I do what I love. I love what I have, and I have everything when I realize that's my purpose. Your purpose, our purpose here on earth is not to be things, not to be attached to things, but we're here to be vessels, vessels of goodness, vessels of ideas, vessels of creativity, of solution. We are here to glorify God. Let's end the battles. Because seriously,
A house divided cannot stand.
right. And what's happening here in America? Tomorrow's the big day. Everyone's opinion is going to be counted. Oh, I hope my opinion wins. Dude, this is craziness. Divided, we remain governed. Divided, we remain confused. Because there is one God. There is one time. You have this one lifetime to live as you. So do the best you can, man. And do better.
And one law, Jeff. One law.
Yeah.
That's in my opinion probably the biggest, because we get caught up in what's, that's why I resonate with Paul on that idea that there is only one law and it's written on men's hearts. Yet, and God is the one that put it there. And yet, instead of following God's law that is in our hearts, we follow all these statutes, policies, and codes, which is a demonic path. It's of the devil.
Is it better to avoid the devil or confront the devil, do you think?
Maybe dismiss the devil. Not dismiss, that's not a good word. Take his power
There
by
you go.
taking power for yourself, right?
Amen. And this is what I'm encouraging fellow Americans to do, is to join me. Let's take power back from the corrupted beasts of rule, the corporate and government systems that are being enabled here in America are oppressing us in America and endangering the freedoms of us all. There is no freedom while there is wars in Ukraine and Israel and aggressions in China and Taiwan, and then there's the Sudan and Haiti, and all of this stuff is happening in our lifetime. Are we going to pretend we can't do anything? Not me. I know we can do something. I know the world can become a much safer place when selfish liars get confronted instead of enabled.
They've got confronted. Like, look at Assange. He confronts them, and then he gets silenced, and he gets, bizarre smear campaigns.
This is the lifetime we're living. He's evidence of the corruption. That man, I feel for him. I don't know exactly what he's been through. I don't know the details of his story, but yeah, Assange, the world failed him. He was a journalist standing up, exposing the corruption of the government that Donald Trump claims to clean out. And holy shit, man. So yeah, we've got. Go ahead.
Can I respond to Dr. D. Head? He said,
Yes.
aspire to be a servant of God, a slave of nothing. But he has DR as his moniker and his name. Does that mean you have a doctor's license, Mr. Doctor? Does that mean that you've accepted the
Hey,
law
Talcott.
of this world?
I think you're reading too. I
Well,
think you're reading too much into the messenger, and you're missing the point, my brother.
he's claiming being part of the system. The system
So
calls him a
what?
doctor.
So
That is
what?
what's evil.
What do you think about the words?
I get the words, and they're beautiful words, but they're falling short just based on what he put as Dr. D Head. Now, if he actually is a doctor, he's surrendered to the system of
What if
licensing.
he's mocking it? What if he's
Oh,
mocking the
if
establishment?
he is, then I commend him. Maybe he is. Are you, Dr. D Head?
Oh, hey, actually, leave it to El Perro too. Lou Bass is projecting the doctor title, wherein a doctor literally means to teach. And Dr. D Head was offering offering forth some wisdom, man.
Lou, what the
All
fuck are
right.
you doing, man?
And it's an ironic name, dipshit.
Okay, if it's ironic, it's ironic. I accept that.
Well, hey, it was a distraction, Lou. The point is,
I just found it ironic. Yes, it was ironic.
okay,
So if it's
right.
actually ironic, I get it.
Life is ironic. Life doesn't always make sense. It would make sense that there's nothing we can do, that the people in authority, the people in positions, they're not going to listen. So we shouldn't even try. That's what a lot of employees tell themselves, even regarding their just supervisors or bosses, other human beings they work with. Oh, I can't talk to them. They they might not like what I say. Who gives a fuck? You know, I do want to have a conversation publicly with the public servants in Congress to have those tough conversations about leadership, equality, integrity, what it means to stand for an organization, what it means to stand for America. Let's redefine the standards. Let's embody the Spirit of Christ and honor the love that God has given us.
You got the hopium, man. So that's what you got, Talcott. You got hopium. I've been listening to you, man, and you got a lot of hope, but it's a wicked
Join
world,
me.
man.
Join me. 50-50 chance. We're either right or wrong, so it feels better to hope. And I lost everything else. All I found was hope. And through my hope, I found peace. I found purpose. All those good things go together. It's really that simple. Hope and purpose, faith, those are the good things in life. Allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to become greater, allow yourself to become part of world history. Step out, shine brightly. This is our
Right.
lifetime to live. Go ahead, JG.
Right. It's all inward, right? So I got sober, you got sober. You know, that's what you're getting at. But to end wars and beat BlackRock and these corporations and like, dude, we've seen people in the past and currently fighting these people and getting shut down. It's the power they have is.
I
They
have
don't have
nothing.
power. I'm sorry, JG. They don't have power. We give them power. We opt in.
No, they have power now, Lou. They
It's
have tons of
time.
power,
It's
man.
time. The only thing you can do, in my opinion, is opt out. And yes, they may kill you for it. They may cage you for it. They
Lou,
may
Lou,
do
Lou,
X, Y, or Z.
Lou,
Lou, you're
Lou.
not profound here. They have power, man.
Here, yes, you're both right, but I disagree that opting out is an option. Maybe it's an option for others. I considered it. I prayed about it. It's not my path. My path is to confront the darkness. Let's have these ugly conversations about immediate ceasefires, right? Tell the military, stand down. We spread the word. There's going to be reforms. We're bringing change. We're going to allow the truth to guide us so that the truth reigns supreme in all of our lives. This is the way that Jesus is teaching it. This is what I've learned for myself. Whether we like it or not, accept it or not, understand it or not, truth is God. God is the truth. We get to learn truth by the grace of God and God's love. Love and truth go together. If we don't love the truth, we will love our delusions. We'll love the lies that make us feel good. I don't live that way anymore. And I know for a fact that wars can end when people stop fighting. People can stop fighting when they choose to, when they're encouraged to, when they're led to. So let's find a way, brothers and sisters. Thank you for you guys here for being patient, but let's find a way to create a conversation. What's the worst thing that could happen by taking a chance and supporting a guy like me to address the men and women of Congress? What I'm suggesting is that immediate reforms are available when we no longer give the beasts of rule this power, because JG's right. Through the combined choices of people enabling these beasts, there are wars and banking systems destroying. Praise God.
What can I do, Jack, to help you get to where you want to be?
Anything that you might want to do, honestly. I believe you do. And honestly, despite the fact that I can be rough around the edges and a lot of people get confused by me, my faith truly is in God. And my love for all of you, it is genuine. So I'm considering this. I did live a life where I got placed into positions of leadership. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I always tried to be honest and I always tried to be fair and do what was right. So I've tasted leadership. Now I understand what Jesus was doing and showing. What God was showing us is how to live as leaders, right? Gentle is his, he invites us to yoke with him, his way, to unite. His yoke is light, his burdens are light, his expectations are few. All that Jesus is wanting from us to walk with us is to be honest and to be good. That's all I'm asking for in others is please. I've been facing a lot of false accusations, a lot of misunderstandings. I truly miss my son. I would truly love to have conversations with Donald Trump and, anyone really, investors, greater platforms, platforms with greater numbers. No offense to all of you who are loyal, but I want to grow. I want to reach more people.
Jack, if you had to choose, if someone was to say, I will give you one, but only one, and make it happen, to reconnect with your son or speak to Donald Trump, which would you choose?
Donald Trump is a step closer to ending wars. And should I find a way in front of Congress, that will be on the news. And the news will reach my son that, hey, maybe your dad's not as bad as you've been saying. Maybe it's not as bad as your mother told you. But my purpose is the mission of many others, ending wars. There's a lot of young and old men and women rising up, becoming a voice against the injustice, against the oppression, the wrong investments, the wrong focus on mankind has lost its way. I trust this is God's story for us, though. It allowed us to descend, to grow, to evolve, and we have. Think back, 100 years in society is not that long, right? And 1900 was only just over 100 years ago. We had children in the labor force, absolute poverty and corruption since the beginning, let alone the slave trade and plantation nonsense. But hey, we're a part of this story of life. We can live small or we can live big. If we feel disconnected from the whole world, we will live disconnected. We won't care. We won't appreciate. Lou, my life changed. And my words, I'm doing the best to explain what I've learned and point people to where I've learned it from. But sincerely, I've been asking myself this question since 2018. What does God want me to do with what I've learned? Because truly, without the career, the love life, the family, the social stuff, without the job, what have I got to lose? I got nothing to lose. None of us have anything to lose. That's the whole point. That's what God has shown me is we have nothing left to lose, or we have nothing to lose by devoting ourselves, our time, our attention to God's love, God's will, God's way. Be true, be authentic, be kind, be gentle, be present always, because God is eternally present. Love is eternally present.
Hey,
You've been
Jack,
you've been very
Float State's on
consistent.
strike time right now, right? The zebras, we don't like liars. Flow State made a death threat with Monty 2 days ago, and then you have him on your channel. And now we're looking at you at strike time, because you want to support people make death threats on YouTube, right?
Can I ask you something, please? Different topic.
Go ahead. Go ahead. And I have talked to your fucking family, right? Out of all these people online, I'm the one you should be treating with respect because I'm the one who has contact with your family. None of these fucktards do. Right, but you treat me like shit. And now, I understand why your family now says they don't want you in your life. Go ahead.
Please stop. Let's not. I don't want you to get worked up.
Cupcake, the pedophile link bitch, Goblin, the pedophile link.
Here,
got a lot of pedophiles in your chat, Jack.
Snafu, you're only working yourself up. When I wanted to ask you, and I paused too long, do you love the guy in the mirror?
I do.
Are you sure? Because you hate liars. You're very vocal about that. You hate liars.
You know what I love? Well, you notice Flow State's on strike time right now, right? I love that. The guy in the mirror, the Zebra crew, we made that happen. Poor Flow State, crying like a little bitch on strike time.
You love punishment.
You think he deserves it.
You seem to love punishment.
Well, no. You seem to love running off the people who actually give a shit. You know why your family wants nothing to do with you?
Hello.
Why don't you tell the people the truth?
Hello.
Why don't you tell the people the truth?
Let's focus on you right here and now. Okay.
Hmm.
If you gave
Okay.
me a chance here and now, you could find a different opinion of me. And if you
How?
found a different opinion of me,
How?
if you just gave me a chance here and
How
now,
do you give someone a chance who's a liar, a fucking delusional, and a
mhm,
predator protector? You protect predators. You're a predator yourself.
you stop believing. You can do two things. There's two ways to do this. You can stop believing it's important for right now so that we can have a conversation, or you can just stop believing it's true. Either
The
way.
only one who stops the conversation is you when you get cornered. You're the only one who Nazi blocks, puts people in back. When you get cornered, you stop a conversation, which won't happen with all the bullshit you say you want to do. They're gonna fucking stop you.
I'm really trying to stay on topic with you.
That is topic. We're in the now. You've been in the
Well,
now, blocking, lying, protecting predators. That's what you do now.
is that happening right now? That doesn't seem
Yeah,
true.
you got Goblin and Venus Cupcake and a bunch of pedophile supporting
No,
link fucks in there. Yeah,
here. I am here, right? What's
right. And you're
happening
not telling the
elsewhere?
people. Yeah, and you backstaged me earlier when I said, tell your
Okay.
audience the truth
Mhm.
about why your family wants nothing to do with you. I know
Snafu.
why. They've told me. They've
Well,
told me multiple of them.
you haven't really told me. You just told
I
me
tell
they
you all
don't
the time.
want.
You don't like the answer.
No, here's the thing. You keep looping and you don't communicate the best.
It's
I
not a
hope you
loop.
can realize that. Snafu, please. If you
Just
can
like Float State
consider,
on a strike time is not a loop. Once he comes back,
can
we're gonna
you
strike harder.
please,
It's not a
can
loop.
you can
And
you
Monograph,
please,
the pedophile link piece of shit, fucking
can
puppet.
you
Fuck you, Monograph.
please?
TikTok piece of shit.
Holy cows.
Go ahead, Jack.
You're not here.
No, I'm not. I'm against
You're
predators and pedophiles
dysfunctional.
and criminal racketeering rings. And
Snafu, you are disassociated from the reality of life. You've fallen in love with your battles, your opinions, your delusions. You're not healthy, dude. The evidence is obvious. What the fuck are you doing? Snafu. Holy cows. I pray for you. I pray all of you. I'm going to wrap it up, brothers and sisters. I really do love all of you. I pray for all of you. I pray for myself. I pray the same prayer for all of us. May we find our way to the truth, to the greatest truth, to God's truth. May we find our way to glorify our purpose, to allow our talents to shine, to allow our testimonies to find value. You within you, just like me within me. We've been prepared for today, and today starts our future. Don't give up. There is no quit. There is no hiding. There is no running from life. So embrace life, seek the good to grow the good, and sincerely, truly, sharing Monday blessings to all of you. When you love what you have everything you need. Realize the love you have within you. It's yours to grow, to become, to embody, to share. And love is honest, love is true, love is kind, love is powerful, but it's not overpowering unless you allow it. I invite you, allow God's love to overpower you. Allow love to transform you. And if you surrender you to the Holy Spirit of you with faith that your connection to God in Christ is true, then you will, when it's time, you'll know just what to do. You'll be guided and you'll be paying attention. I'm going to wrap it up from there. Brothers and sisters, sincerely, thank you again. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless us all. Peace.